Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray and today we continue our entry level to Megabase, where in the last episode just got all of our green circuits up and running, producing the 66k we needed, and got a ton of red circuits up and running as well, producing the about 15k we need at the moment. So in today's episode we will work on our plastic. That is the main bottleneck in terms of getting low density structures up and running, which is severely lacking plastic. So I think that'll be quite good. It is pretty much just completely dead. So if you think that's a good idea, do remember to leave a like on the video, and if you're new to the channel, do remember to subscribe as well. And as some of you know, jump on Twitch and follow me there, as I'll be doing most of my streaming there in the future. So while we travel to our current plastic grid right here, I will talk a bit about what happened in between this episode and the last one. So I have been doing a bit of streaming, did about a few hours yesterday, or maybe the day before that, one or two, and we just spent a bit of time expanding out our base down here to the south and hooking up a ton of resources to fill into our base. One of the other things we also did, and one of the cool things we did, is that we finally fixed all of our blueprints. Or fixed, but we got them grid aligned, so now we can never misplace them, and we can easily just do this all over the place and lines up. The same with our stations, they are all grid aligned, and as well with our landfill one. So expanding out now is very, very easy and no mistakes. So jump on my Discord as well if you want the grid, where all of it is grid aligned. The same with the nuclear is also aligned, so we can place it down anywhere it's needed. So let's see here. I was gonna look at plastic. So to get everything running at 2k science per minute, we'll need about 33,000 plastic. At the moment, we're producing about 11k right here. So this setup is pretty good. What I want to do is double this, so making it 8 wide, going to 2 unload stations. And I want to make another grid. So that is the plan for today's episode. I also want to change some of these to better inserters, mostly in the department down here, since they don't output as needed. So one thing I'll do, I'll upgrade pretty much just all of this to blue belts, as that is what we have in storage. I'll upgrade all of you to blue belts and all of that to blue belts, and use that as the building blocks going forward. What I'm hoping then is that if we take this little setup and do it, we can take a few, so these just line up, saying one here, can fit in number 2 as well. We can't. I can fit in 2 over here. Do we need to align it a bit? Fit in 1 more. So in theory we can hook up a bit more here. And now to think about it, that might actually not be the best way to do it. Maybe we should just dismantle this and get the input sorted a bit differently to get the items out we need. Why don't we try and do something a bit differently than what I have planned? We have a nice grid here. So should we just make a new plastic grid? Let's try this. Let's take U4 and start you up here. And let's see how can we actually hook this up. Because I want to try something that's gonna be rather cool. 1, 2. Then we have double input at the top, then double at the bottom, and outputs to the side. It's something I've made before. It's just been a while since I did it last. Do it here. How many can fit in on the side then? Not enough. Okay, let's try this then. do one here. Then we can flip one and do one down here as well, having it output to the middle. So what if we do this? I think that looks pretty decent. Let's just upgrade all of you. Also blue belts and the best inserters. And then we'll output it here, getting some to the side into trains. Because this will give us 22 and that'll pretty much be our new grid that we'll use going forward. So you can stay as is. And let's go up here instead. You can park there. Because if you get pretty much the other one built, we'll have 33,000 plastic going. So I think that'll be very, very good when it's up and running. So let's do it here. Can we cross without dying? We can. Perfect. So what I want to do is I want to get this in pretty much the same way. So if you grab you, grab that, train stop names, yes please, and hook you in up here. They might be able to take the coal going in here, jumping it over this way and go the opposite way out. Because I actually think we can supply enough through these two. If not, we'll just add more train stops down here. And are we able to actually do... What if we do this? Let's try something. Train stop names, yes please. Ah, we can't flip it. Okay. Then we'll just do it by hand. Oh, it actually lined up exact the same place as before. Ah, very, very good. I'll take you. Flip you around. You'll line it over here then. Seems good enough. And we'll take another train getting the oil in. And oil the petroleum in. Right over here. Can we then just take this part? Or flip you? Do you actually line up as needed? Look at that. Yes. And you can go to there, and you can go to here. That should mean we can actually take all the pipes as well. Let's try and take all of you. What if I add you in up here? Oh, not quite. It is not quite the same distance from it, but we should easily be able to hook it up anyway. That's fine. Let's just take this part then. Because that we should be able to hook up because the rest is already built. And get you lined up correctly. So about here. Yeah. Look at that. That looks fine. So that's all that going in. And then flip it down here. Do the same. Oh yes. Yes we can. So that should actually have it all set up as needed. That'll be fine in just a second. That's petroleum going in. This is all the plastic. That's also hooked up to power. Just a second. Then all we need to do is actually just fix the outputs. This is already going. I don't know if we need to change these. I'll just check it down here. Yeah, after we got the better ones in, we should have fully compressed belts. Yes, so that's way better than before. So now what I want to do here, instead of having the outputs at the bottom, I'll have the outputs at the side. So in theory, We can actually do both loading on the right, just because it looks a bit better. Do one here, and then we can do one down here as well. Or we can do one there and one over here, if you want to. But I kind of want both of them to go the same way. We have room for it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be all of our plastic going out. To there. We'll grab a bit of a lane balancer from down here. Grab that. And you can kind of go in the same way. I think that'll work nicely. Grab you. And we didn't get you to line up correct. No, we can't. We'll just rebuild it. It takes a few seconds. So one here. Other one there we'll do as well. There we are. You'll get power in just a second. And the one up here, we'll just do the exact same set of 4. There. So let's drag everything in. We need to actually get this to work. Yeah. Over this way. And get you removed. Take the turn signal. I'll take it from here. And say you will go that way. Down here you can turn here. You can turn right here as well. I'll add in the belt thing soon as well to my power armor so I don't move. There we are. So all we need now is just to merge in these, and then we'll have a nice double output of plastic. Coal's gone in both places, petroleum has gone in as well. This one needs to be connected up the last little spot here. Then everything should be running. Yes. So, there, and wait. Can I then take you, say G, and line you up like that? God, I love having having to flip the blueprints. It is such a good function. There we are. Let's just rename the outputs to what we have down here. Plastic and plastic. And now we should be making a lot more plastic than we were before. Was each of these 22, then we have 33 plus the other one, meaning that we should have more than enough to supply 2k signs per minute in terms of size of the things. And the input should be easy enough to handle all of this, because you don't really consume that much. About 2 blue belts of that, and this I can't remember how much this is in terms of pipes. But that is all the plastic flowing. All 33k plastic. Fully compressed, going out. Ooh, I want to move it a bit up, just to align it. Let's quickly do that. It's a small thing. But I think it looks much better if we actually do that. So can I just take you and line you here instead? Take you there. You can go right here. Much better. Oh. And there we are. Yeah, that looks a bit better in terms of making it look good. Yeah, that looks way better from a point of view up here. So that is all the plastic solved. That means the next thing we'll probably have to fix is probably our petroleum or something like that. And I might just expand out the production we have this episode as well. Because this is actually going at a pretty nice rate. We have all the oil flowing in. We have these outputting. What we need, nothing is currently backing up. Not really backing up at least. I don't think you're backing up either. You're running, so that's perfect. So what I want to do is probably add this grid in a few more times. Because in terms of oil production we need to consume what's called 2,500 oil per minute. One of these running at full speed consumes 42. That means we'll need about 5 or 6 of these grids to actually run it fast enough. So should we just expand it out a few times? I think it'll be a good idea. Let's quickly do it. It's actually done this episode because we can. Take trains up names. That's about all we need. Then we'll add you in a few places. I'd like to have one down here just to spread them out a bit. That'll be one new oil production. Let's see, let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's one. Let's get one up here. And as I said on the live stream, the reason why I'm spreading it out is pretty much in terms of where resources being mined or gathered, because that is quite important in terms of not having things bottleneck nearby. You and the last one can go maybe just right here. Good. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do one more because then I know I have enough. I'll go one here as well. There. That should be more than enough oil production up and running, and the limit might actually be our current oil supply. But that will solve because we do have oil over here. We'll go and grab. And then we'll grab more as we expand out. But this is pretty much 250,000 oil consumed. And then we'll have about, what will it be? 33,000 plastic being produced. So I think that's gonna help us a lot in the future. And as soon as the robots get done building it, that'll take a little while, but it will be done. Then we'll look at it. As I said, if you join in on Twitch, you'll be able to see me watch or see this moving in action. Also watching me do some more science. And expand out, gathering more. You can ask all the things you want to do. So hopefully I'll see you on Twitch. I'm called Dgray20 there. Unfortunately, Dgray was taken, but I can't really do much about that. So hopefully I will see you there. So yeah, I'll end the episode here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you're still enjoying it. Hopefully you'll follow along, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel and all the jazz. And then I will see you in next episode. Bye, guys.